Do it scared. Do it broke. Do it while your hands are shaking and your life looks like a room after a storm. Because the perfect condition is a myth. A pretty little fairy tale people tell themselves so they can sleep peacefully inside their excuses. I'll start when I have money. I'll start when I feel better. I'll start when someone helps me. No, you won't. Because if you cannot move with a little pain on your back, you will not move when life gets heavier. And life always gets heavier. That is not sadness. That is the weather report. Some of you are carrying things nobody can see. A breakup that tore your chest open. A job you lost. A family that does not guide you. A habit you are trying to quit. A mind that gets loud at night. And still, somehow, the world expects you to show up clean, smiling, normal. What a joke. But here is the darker truth. Your pain is real, but your responsibility is still real too. Both can exist. You can be hurt and still move. You can be tired and still build. You can be alone and still choose not to collapse. That is where the new version begins. Not in comfort. Not when everyone claps. Not when life becomes fair. It begins when you are standing there with nothing but a dirty little choice in your hand. Quit or stack one more day. Just one. Do not think about the whole year, the whole dream, the whole mountain. Your mind will panic if you show it too much future. So give it today. Today, you wake up. Today, you work. Today, you stay sober. Today, you train. Today, you walk if there is no ride. Today, you do not use pain as permission to become smaller. That is how people rebuild. Not like magic, like construction. Brick, breath, sweat, decision, repeat. And yes, it will feel unfair. Some people were born with help. Some people had guidance. Some people had a hand pulling them up before they even fell. You may not have that. Fine. Then become the hand. Become the voice. Become the alarm. Become the pressure that drags you out of bed when your weakness is begging for another soft morning. Because nobody can want it more than you. They can love you. They can support you. They can pray for you. But they cannot live inside your discipline. That part is yours. Pain will ask you to sit down. Depression will offer you a blanket. Comfort will whisper like a friend. But your future will not whisper. It will stare at you, cold, silent, waiting to see if you are serious this time. So be serious. Not loud, not dramatic. Serious. Serious enough to make one promise and keep it. Serious enough to stop romanticizing your suffering. Serious enough to say, yes, this hurts, but I am still responsible for the next move. That is the real flex. Not looking strong, not talking strong. Moving when life gave you every excuse to stay down. There are people right now waking up before the sun because they are tired of being owned by their past. There are people fighting addictions quietly. People starting over at 29, 36, 47, 50. People with broken hearts, empty pockets, no clean roadmap, and still they are getting up. Not because it is easy, because staying the same finally became more painful than changing. So, if that is you, good. Welcome to the ugly beginning. This is where pride dies. This is where excuses get buried. This is where you stop asking life to be gentle and start becoming someone who can survive the rough hands. Do it scared. Do it broke. Do it alone if you have to. But do it. Because one honest day stacked on another honest day can become a life your old self would not recognize. Stack days. That sounds simple. Almost boring. But boring is where the monster is built. Not in one emotional night. Not in one loud decision. Not in one beautiful speech where your chest gets warm and you swear everything will change. No, real change is quieter than that. Real change is waking up the next morning when the fire is gone and still doing what you promised. That is where most people lose. They do not lose because they are weak forever. They lose because they treat motivation like a contract. They feel powerful at night. Then the alarm rings. The room is cold. The body is heavy. The mind starts negotiating like a cheap lawyer. Just 10 more minutes. Start tomorrow. You deserve rest. And there it is. The little door back to the old life. Every morning, that door opens. Every morning, you choose. Walk through it and repeat the same story, or close it and stack another day. That is how identity changes. One kept promise at a time. You do not become disciplined by thinking about discipline. You become disciplined when nobody is watching and you still refuse to betray yourself. When you said you would train, and you train. When you said you would stop drinking, and tonight you choose water over weakness. When you said you would work, and you work even though your mood is acting like a wounded king. When you said you would become better, and you prove it with your hands, not your mouth. That proof matters. Because deep down, you are always watching yourself. You know when you quit. You know when you lied. You know when you could have done more and chose the soft escape. And every broken promise becomes another weight inside you. That is why you feel tired even when you are resting. Because unfinished discipline is heavy. But kept promises, they are different. They clean something inside you. They make you stand a little straighter. They make your eyes feel less ashamed when you look in the mirror. And slowly, the old you starts losing authority. The lazy voice gets quieter. The excuses sound ridiculous. The pain still comes, but now it does not command you. It visits. You nod. Then you keep moving. That is power, not being emotionless, not pretending life does not hurt. Power is feeling the storm and still protecting your direction. Some people are fighting battles right now that nobody sees. Sobriety, debt, loneliness, depression, a broken relationship, a life they are trying to rebuild with shaking hands. And they are still waking up early, still walking to work, still going to the gym, still choosing one clean day, still saying, I am not finished. That is not small. That is sacred. Because every hard day you stack becomes a vote for the person you are becoming, a vote against the version of you that kept settling, a vote against average. And average will hate you for leaving. It will call you extreme, obsessed, different, too serious, good. Let average be confused. Trees do not explain themselves to grass. They just keep growing upward. So tomorrow, when your mind says no, answer with action. When comfort opens its mouth, answer with movement. When the old pain returns, answer with another promise kept. One day will not change everything, but one day repeated with violence, patience, and truth will turn you into someone your past cannot control. Stack the morning, stack the workout, stack the sober night, stack the hard conversation, stack the focused hour, stack the boring little victories that nobody posts about, because those are the bricks. And one day, without warning, you will look around and realize the life that once owned you cannot even recognize you anymore. That is the reward, not applause. Freedom, the freedom of knowing you did not waste yourself. The freedom of knowing you gave your life a real fight. So do not stop because you are tired. Stop when the promise is complete. Then wake up tomorrow and stack again.